have an insane book haul for you guys, and all of these books were free. Hi book besties, Brianna Sanchez here, your next favorite romance author. Today I have an insane book haul for you guys, if you didn't already see, and we're just gonna get right into it. So basically, the community that I live in has a clubhouse, like most communities do. It's super cool because inside the clubhouse, there is a little place where you can work and there's desks and tables and stuff. I don't typically go there, but I go there because they have a bookshelf, and that bookshelf contained tons of books all the time. I didn't really go there when we first moved here because I didn't think that there was that many good books that I'd be interested in that shelf. But I came to realize one day when I went that there are in fact good books there, because I found my copy of Fourth Wing. That's right, Fourth Wing. I got it for free, hardcover. It was in great condition. So after that, I started going a little bit more often. So I try and go at least once a month so I can wait for people to put books there. I personally have put books there before in the past, but now honestly, I am mainly just taking books. There is no sign about take a book, leave a book. So I may or may not have gone a little overboard. Before I get into my clubhouse books, I figured since I was doing this haul already, I would add a couple books I got from Little Free Libraries lately. I went to 2 different Little Free Libraries when I was in Sanibel Island over the summer, and I haven't read them yet, but I did leave a copy of Falling for You in those books, and in return I had to grab one. So this is one of my best finds. I am so excited about this, and that is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I'm also pretty sure this is like one of the original covers, so I'm really excited about that because my sister has this book and her cover is completely different. So I'm really happy to have found this. I have not read any books by Brandon Sanderson, and I really wanted to get into him at some point, and I've been told like this is one of his best books. I also saw a video that Brandon Sanderson posted, and he mentioned that this is a great book to start off if you want to get into his universe. So I think this will be the book that I start off with of his. Next, from the Little Free Library, I found this book that was already on my TBR, and that is The Housewife. This is by Natalie Borelli. I found this, I think, on Goodreads.
Or something. I don't even remember. Maybe it was on TikTok.
But the cover was really appealing to me, the name, everything about it. So I just added it to my TBR. I really don't know what it's about. I feel like it's a thriller. I don't know. I'm excited though. And this is a good find in Little Free Library, also in really good condition. So I hope I'll get to read this pretty soon. We are going to move on to the books that I got from my community's clubhouse, and this is such an insane haul. So first, okay, I definitely picked this because of the cover. It's Rule Number 1, Never Marry Your Brother's Best Friend. And the title, like, are you kidding me? This is such a good title. I feel like this is probably a series. I've never heard of this author before. I love anything in the best friend's brother trope. Like, I'm obsessed with that. One of my favorite books with that trope is The Defender by Anna Huang. So, oh, and Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. No, it's Twisted Hate. Those are so good in this trope, so I had to get it. Next, guys, when I tell you I was so excited to find these books on this shelf. These are some of my best finds from that shelf as well, and they're on my TBR, and they are one of my favorite authors. Boom, Frida McFadden, Never Lie and The Boyfriend. Are you kidding me? This is already on my TBR for August. Well, by the time this video comes out, it'll probably be September, but
My Shayla!
guys, I am literally obsessed. Literally obsessed. I love Frida McFadden. I've only read 2 books of hers so far, The Housemaid and Dear Debbie, so I'm really excited to continue reading more of her books. I can easily read her books on Kindle Unlimited or listen to them on audio. I just haven't because I do get spooked out pretty easily, but thankfully her books don't terrify me too much. Like, they're at a rate that I could handle. So anyways, these were very, very good finds. So happy about that. Next up on the haul, A Million Junes by Emily Henry.
Not that Emily Henry.
Okay, this is so funny. So I was holding this in my hand because of the name Emily Henry. I was like, this is so funny to me that there's another author named Emily Henry. Obviously, I know like authors can have the same name, you know. I'm not oblivious to that, but I was literally just like holding this in my hand and I left with it, and I did not mean to leave with it. So I'm like, maybe that was a sign. Either way, I am not what's the word I'm trying to look for? I am not going to like stereotype a book or judge a book by its cover. Like, if this is on my shelf, I'm gonna give it a read. If I don't like it, then that's fine. But if I do, then I discovered a new author. I don't really feel like going to put it back either, so I'm just gonna read it. I don't know how soon I'll read this, but maybe I'll read it in the month of June because that's how much of a mood reader I am. If you know anything about me, is that I am obsessed with anything Italian. I love Italian food, Italian men. My boyfriend is literally Italian. I love Italy as a country itself. I love Italian, the language Italian.
Signora, i limoni, signora!
I love Italian music. I literally love anything Italian. And so when I see an Italian book, I have to pick it up. And this is called The Tuscan Child by Rhys Bowen, or Rhys Bowen, I don't know. Now that I see the name Rhys, I literally don't know if it's Rise, like Rise Larson from Twisted Games, or if it's Reese from ACOTAR. So anyways, I am really excited to read this one. The cover is very pretty and it just looks intriguing to me. It's basically some story about a pilot is what I read from the back, so I'm excited to get into it. It's a really pretty cover. My dress kind of even matches the whole vibe, so I love it. I am just always interested in like diving into new authors, especially now that I'm an indie author and like so many people take a chance on me. I'm like, why am I just going to limit myself to like the popular books on Book Talk when I can expand and discover so many different authors? So I'm excited to give that one a try because at the end of the day, even though I didn't buy it and like support that author by giving them my money, I can give them a review at the very least, because I do review all my books, either on my channel or on Goodreads or Fable, whatever. This one I was kind of iffy about, but it's a New York Times bestseller, and it was also a monthly pick on Barnes & Noble and a Good Morning America book club pick. I feel like I had maybe seen this before, but I wasn't entirely sure, but it's The Ministry of Time. So it's by Kayleen Bradley, I think that's how you say her name. So anyways, honestly, I'm just gonna give it a try because I haven't seen much about this book. It'll be interesting, something different to read. The Los Angeles Times says it's witty, sexy, escapist fiction that packs a substantial punch. So honestly, that's enough for me. It does not take me a lot to convince me to read a book because I love reading. This book, I was like, should I even grab this? I have a book by this author already and I've never read it, but I have one by her. So I was like, okay, if I have a book by her, then maybe this will be something that I'm into, because obviously I was intrigued to buy the book that I have by her already, and that is The Next Always by Nora Roberts. It is book one in a trilogy of hers, so since it was book one, I just decided to pick it up. If it was not book one, I probably wouldn't have picked it up, but I don't know. I'm excited to see what it is, what it's about, and I've heard really good things about this author. So this next book was a very good find because I've been wanting to read this for quite some time now. My mom has read it. I bought this book for my sister for Christmas. My mom loved this book. She got out of her comfort zone by reading this. I have only read a couple historical fiction books before. This book is The Woman by Kristen Hanna, and like I said, such a good find. I already own The Nightingale. I have not read it yet though, and do I own a book by her? I can't remember. I've heard such great things about this author, obviously, and like they're making movie adaptations of her books, and so I'm really excited to read The Woman. I think I'm gonna skip the gory parts, I'm not even gonna lie, because I have a very weak stomach. My mom was telling me, like, you might not like this book, but it's so good at the same time that maybe you might want to venture out and read it. So I think I am gonna read it. It's gonna take a lot for me. Oh, I do have another book by her, and that is The Four Winds. Yeah. But anyways, it's gonna take a lot for me to read it because I am anticipating like those gory scenes, because from what I know, like she is a nurse that is in the military. So she's basically a war nurse, and she has to like amputate, and there's very bloody scenes and different things like that. So very scary, obviously. I am excited to get into this. Going off of this, I also found The Nightingale at my community's library. Not the one that I own, but on this trip I found The Nightingale, so obviously someone probably put both of those there. And I picked it up because my friend Sarah didn't have the book, so I gave her that book. And yeah, I have to give books to where they're due. Why are we gonna spend money on a book when it's right there? But like I said, we'll still leave reviews, so we'll still be supporting those authors. Next, I was really excited to find this book because this was on my TBR, and it is a National Book Award finalist, and that is Fates and Furies by Lauren Groff. What a beautiful cover. Like, this is stunning. I'm very excited to read this. I don't even remember what this book was about, but I remember adding it to my TBR. It says in the back, every story has two sides, every relationship has two perspectives, and sometimes the key to great marriage is not in the truths, but in its secrets. And so I am really intrigued for this. I do like books that talk about relationships. One of my favorite authors is Cara Bastone. Her book, No Matter What, was very like relationship oriented, and I don't know, I really like books that have that aspect to them, so I feel like I'm really gonna like this. Such a beautiful cover. So I honestly grabbed these two books that are next because they were book of the month. I feel like if a book is in book of the month, it's bound to be good. I've passed by a lot of book of the month books on Goodwill, and like I don't always pick them up, or even in my community, but I remember reading the description of this book and thinking like, okay, this might be really good. So this one is Ghosted by Rosie Walsh. So I'm excited for this one. I'll tell you guys what it's about. For anyone who has ever waited for the call that didn't come. When Sarah meets Eddie, they connect instantly, fall deeply in love. To Sarah, it seems as though her life has finally begun, and it's mutual, though Eddie has been waiting forever for her too. Sarah's certain she and Eddie know everything about each other, so when he leaves for a long-booked vacation and promises to call from the airport, she has no cause to doubt him. But he doesn't call. Sarah's friends tell her to forget about him, but she can't. She knows something happened. There must be an explanation. Minutes, days, weeks go by as Sarah becomes more and more worried, and she discovers she's right. There is a reason Eddie disappeared. It's because they both failed to share one essential thing with each other: the truth. Ghosted is a novel about the consequences of keeping secrets, about being haunted by grief, but ultimately about learning how to let go of the past. Most of all, it's about the joy that comes from utterly opening your heart. So that just sounds really good to me. I remember reading it like while I was there picking out my books, and I was like, I like that. I like that a lot. I wonder what's gonna happen because I feel like men ghost women all the time. Some women are gonna automatically think the worst, but she didn't. Like, some of them won't think the worst, but like her, but she, obviously like she didn't, and so I'm intrigued to find out what happened to Eddie. Lastly, for my book haul, this one was on my TBR actually, and that is Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston. So really excited to read this. Also forgot what it was about, so we had to read it. Everyone at Chantilly's bar noticed out-of-towner Camille Baylis, red lips, designer heels, sipping a Negroni, but that woman isn't Camille Baylis. It was Aubrey Price. I'm not even gonna read the rest. So I feel like this, okay, so I didn't really like the book A Girl Like Us that I read in the month of April. You can see that in my April reading wrap up. I didn't really like that book, but this from the description gives me similar vibes, but it's a different author, so I feel like maybe it could be done a lot better. I don't know. I'm excited though. Yeah, guys, this was my insane book haul, and all these books were free. Can you believe that? My library is going to continue to keep growing. I love that. I love that so much for me. My goal is to have like a real library. I think, let me look it up. How many books does it take to be considered a library? It's like there is no official legal number, but it's technically 1,000 books is most widely cited as a home collection to feel like a real library. But those smaller thresholds of 500 can qualify. So I feel like I'm definitely at, or like grazing towards that 500 mark. Not for sure. Like last time I counted, I had like over 300, I believe, and I've gotten a lot of books since then. So I'm probably over 500, to be honest. I do order a lot of books on Amazon all the time that my boyfriend treats me to because he condones my book buying habit, thankfully. And I never post hauls about them. So I need to remember to make more videos like this because this is so much fun. But this is even funner because these are all free.
I know funner is not a word. Okay.
I love you, book besties. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll enjoy me in my next video, or you'll go watch my last video if you haven't already. Love you guys so much. Please comment down below if you've read any of these, if these are on your TBR. Please make me feel good about reading some of these that I just picked up blindly. Tell me what your opinions were on those books. But I love you guys so much. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.